Greetings. It works like magic when you pray according to Psalms 4:4, as in Psalms chapter 4 and verses 4. It also works like magic when you pray according to Matthew chapter 6 and verses 6. In other words, when you go into the silence, when you go into the secret place. And the reason why it works like magic, it is because actually the Bible is a book of magic, and that is why I give you this Bible, the 66 books of magic, the Overcomer's Bible. And when you understand that the Bible is all mental and it's all psychological, and that you are a magical being, then you will understand why you're told that you must not be like the hypocrites who like to be seen and who like to be heard. But instead, you must go into that place of silence and learn to visualize that which you so desire. Also, Habakkuk chapter 2 tells you to write down your vision and go into that place of silence. Now, even Job chapter 33 tells you that when you go into this place of silence, that your instructions would be sealed, and that is why when it is very close to bedtime, when you're about to slumber, that you must go into this peaceful state whereby you can bring your instructions into the place of the invisible. All of this is teaching you that if you want to operate your magical self, you have to believe that the kingdom of God is within you, and it's a magical kingdom. When you discover that kingdom, it says that all these things that you so desire in this world, that they will be added on to you, especially if your eye be single. It says that your whole body will be full of light, because you discover this kingdom of light, and you will operate under the science of light, the science of photosynthesis, the science of alchemy. Okay? And you will understand your oneness with nature, and you will bring forth bountifully like nature, because you will realize that whatever the sun shines upon, it always brings forth bountifully, and you will realize that it is the inner sun that is within you that you will discover that will help you to activate your magical self. That is why the Bible tells you that the Lord thy God is a sun, a shield, and a shield, and no go take what he withhold from you. Come and says with it that the sun is what powers all of humanity and give all of humanity its energy. And if you want to understand the secret of the universe, you have to understand energy, vibration, and frequency. Therefore, my brothers and my sisters, when the Bible tells you that you shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass, okay, it is teaching you about your magical self. When it tells you that you call those things that be not as though they are, okay, it is teaching you about your magical self. When it says that that God spake and things came into being, and it is good, and it come into Sabbath or rest. It is you, when you have your desire and you believe in your desire, and though it is invisible, you remain faithful to the unseen. And because you remain faithful to the unseen, you get your manifestation. And when you get your manifestation, you feel so good to see your brainchild, or to see that which was once invisible now become invisible. You know, see that you can move from the subjective world to the objective world, where you see your thoughts are being objectified and the screen of space and being solidified in this three-dimensional world. It makes you feel so good, and you come into rest, because you will no longer have that same desire, but you will have desire for something else, and you keep expanding and expanding and expanding. It works like magic. Why? Because it's magic. We are all magicians here, and we all have a magical book, but many people do not know how to use this magical book. That is why in this book you have the preference to write your name, which is I am, and that's why I remove or omitted Jesus from this Bible, and I leave a blank space for you to write your name, which is I am. Do you realize that the name of humanity is I am? And you can never say I am and not referring to yourself. And I am is the name of God from generation to generation. Therefore, my brother, my sisters, accept your I am self, which is your higher self, your God self, and your life will become a magical life. Everything will work like magic for you. Most people all around the world do not realize that they have a magical book in their house. I remember one time I was having a conversation with a Christian or religious man, okay, and he was speaking about the economy, and I said to him, if you was to give an average of people who have our own Bibles in this country, what would the average be? And he said about 99.99% of people own a Bible. And I said to him, that proves my point concerning everyone has the key to have whatever they desire in this world. But most people do not know they have a magical book in their house, and they do not treat it as a magical book because they do not interpret it rightly. Most people only interpret the Bible on one level. Yet we live on 3 levels because we are physical, we are mental, are psychological, and we are spiritual. But most people only live on one level, and it's only the physical level. That's why they're trapped in the physical world of the 5 senses, and they never get into the 6th sense, and they never know what it's like to live 4-dimensionally consciously to create their reality. So my brother, my sisters, if you haven't gotten my 66 books of magic, the Overcomer's Bible, as yet I encourage you to get it, and everywhere that the name Jesus used to be, you put your name there as I am, and use that as your affirmation and affirm yourself to be the Savior, the Lord, and the Master, because that's who you are. You are God in flesh. You are Christ. Your higher self is Christ that came to save you from your ego self, to save you from the world of conformity, to save you from this hell of negativity, whereby you can become more optimistic by looking inwardly and realizing that imagination is what creates reality, and that you can create your reality consciously. For as a man thinketh in his heart, a subconscious mind, so is he. As you think, so shall you be. There's no one to blame and there's no one to change but self. Focus upon yourself. The Bible is all about you. It's your spiritual autobiography that must be interpreted psychologically so you can live your life magically. You're a magical being. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I can go on and on and on and on because there's so much meat, there's so much food in this subject, and I can go on and on and on. But I want to come to a close here. I want to say to you, if what I'm saying it really makes sense to you and you would like to have a one-on-one with me and we can go deeper down the rabbit hole, I would definitely encourage you to reach out to me by way of email, and we can go deeper down the rabbit hole. And when you reach out to me by way of email, I give you the terms and the conditions, and if they fit you and you're willing, you can decide how long you want to do one-on-one with me as we work together. Also, if you would like to do my $20 course, I have a course called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously, along with my self-concept course. It's all 2 for the same price, and there's more courses that I'm going to upload right there for that same price. So I'm asking you to get on now because you never know when the price might change. But let me say to you that when you understand the inner sun science and technology that's taking place in you, and you understand it consciously, then you would understand how to operate the kingdom that would draw all things onto you. So my brother, my sisters, just follow your intuition. Also, I just want to say, if you would like to follow me on Instagram or you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Man Guru. And if you feel strongly led to support this work, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal and that the link is always down below. So with that being said, I just want to say peace. Love you all.